Evening, guys, or afternoon. It's not really evening at the moment. So, I suppose to get back to philosophical concepts, continuing on from our time concept last week, one of the things Tom said to me this morning is, why don't you talk about actually making steps towards what you need to do and getting on a path? And the example we were talking about is doing these videos. Obviously, I'm a bit self conscious. Most people are. Public speaking wouldn't be my strong point. It's not something I'm very comfortable with. But I do force myself to do this because I know that a lot of people actually get benefit from some of these videos. Some people are like, what's he talking about? But everyone's different and everyone's in a different place and everybody can get a different benefit from it. And I'm not particularly comfortable doing them all of the time. And a lot of days I don't want to do them. But I view them as an appointment that I have to keep. I said it that Tuesday afternoon I'm doing a video. Now I do know I missed one a few weeks back. I was quite sick and I'm not actually in the best of form today for an entirely different reason. But you have to make commitments, and when you can keep them, you keep them. A lot of people are kind of, they'll start something and then when something else interesting pops up or when they've lost interest in this, they'll just drop it to the wayside. And you have to kind of have an idea on what do you actually want to accomplish out of what you're aiming for, or rather what you're aiming for. It's like fitness, like many other things in life, like any other habit, it's about building up a habit and a routine. You can't go in and expect yourself to be able to get that push up in day one or be able to do that one exercise in day one. It's not realistic. A lot of times you need to build and build and build and build, and it's all about those steps. It's all about that consistency. And when you actually get to those points, you nearly won't have seen it happen. It'll be so slow and consistent. And it's the same kind of thing with us here in the gym. Like, we're looking at doing a couple of different things with video, and it's something we wouldn't have thought of 6 months ago, but doing more and more and more just opens your eyes to see what can you do. So it's the same with going to the gym or any other thing. Like, too often people expect to be able to get that thing they want straight away. Whereas if you were doing a sport, for instance, you would not expect to be able to go out there and rise this ladder and hit a fantastic point over the bar having never handled a hurley in your life. You know that it takes hours and hours of practice or years and years and years in order to make it appear effortless. It's the same with everything. Anyone you see in the gym doing stuff, they all started from somewhere. No one is born a master. Some people may have had it a little easier because they might have had a very athletic upbringing or they might have done something well at sport, but that's not an excuse. That might be a slight advantage, but there's no reason why you can't get fitter, you can't get stronger, you can't move better. Just takes a little bit more work for some people. But there's one thing is, don't get mad with the result you don't have from the work you didn't do. It takes effort. It takes consistency. So, I don't know if there's anyone out there a bit might have done something for a few months and gave up on it. Often you're so close to it when you give up. If when you look back in a few years, you'll regret it. It just takes time, and I know that sounds very long-winded, but that's what it is. A lot of people just don't have the patience, and waiting for that perfect time that will never come is not the right approach. You just need to make a starting point next week, the day after, or wherever, and say, this is what I'm going to do. Pick a commitment you can stick to. If it's once a week, twice a week, the commitment you can keep. Don't go over the commitment of 5 or 6 days a week that you can't possibly maintain and then fall off the wagon again. It's no favour to you. Better to start with something nice and simple and easy and build on it. And that's what it's all about. Building it step by step, bit by bit. Okay, so it was a short one today, guys. If anyone has any questions, queries, we'll go into something. We might talk about vitamins next week. That was something that I meant to do today, but I just thought we were doing some video work this morning and it felt like the right time to talk about this. So we'll talk a bit about vitamins next week. What should you be taking? Is there anyone has any questions about vitamins? Or You know the questions, not I. Don't be afraid to send us a question. Don't be afraid to give us a comment. Don't be afraid to send us a question through the page if you're not sure, if you don't want it to be on the feed. That's fine. And don't think there's such a thing as a basic question we don't know. You could ask me a very basic question and I could be like, crap, I don't understand this well enough. I'm going to have to read up on it. But I'll try to be honest with you. Okay? Take care, guys. We'll talk next time.